Bingo, we're live, dude. Welcome back from a long break from Pillar Talk. This is episode 92, and I'm here with Mikey Shumaker.
What's up?
And a beautiful bottle of 8 Mile Vodka. What's up, Mikey?
What's going on, man?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, honestly, I'm just a small town guy with big city dreams, man. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Dude, so 8 Mile Vodka, that's fucking dope. I've been hearing a lot about it all around town.
I'm trying, man. I'm moving.
And if I don't see it in the bar, I say, why don't you got 8 Mile Vodka up in there?
Oh, my man.
Dude, is it the Pistons drink?
So we got to say a proud partner of the Pistons.
Okay.
So it's a sponsorship deal with them, but they call it proud partner of it.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah,
it's the Pistons.
Yeah.
They ain't doing shit in basketball, though.
They got the #1 draft pick.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean,
who do they got in the college that's any good?
College basketball, man. I'm so lost in college basketball. Like, the only sport, I mean, I love the Pistons, but sport-wise, I'm just a UFC guy. Like,
UFC,
same here.
We need, like, if we can be a partner of the UFC, that's my goal personally.
Have a fighter holding 8 Mile Vodka while they're because they're holding that fucking empty monster can.
And they got Monster water now too.
Those are actually bottles of water?
Yeah.
Or is it just, I thought it was just a bottle of water with the monster sticker on it.
It could be.
So basically, if it's a can, it's an empty can they have. It's not a full can.
It's always empty.
But they do have the Monster waters that they do drink.
But can you buy those in stores?
I don't know. Good question.
I've never seen them. That's what I was thinking.
They're at every press conference.
Yeah, I know.
Every
But I was like, they don't drink the monster can because the fighters, of course, they're going to drink a monster and kill themselves.
Right.
And then I see them with the water, and I'm like, they just get a bottle of water and slap a monster logo on it.
They could, yeah.
And that's what they drink at the press conferences.
They could.
That's what I'm thinking. But or they just make a bottle of water for these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I've never seen it in stores.
I've seen like the Body Armor, but I've never seen the Monster ones because they used to be like a sponsor with Body Armor, but I've never seen the Monster one, so I'm not sure.
So there was a Body Armor water?
Yeah. I think it's still out.
No,
maybe?
there is. Yeah,
there is. There's Body Armor, all sorts of different flavors. That's actually, I like that way better than Gatorade or Powerade.
Are you a water drinker?
I need to drink more, but yeah.
What kind of water?
T-Rup's a strict stickler about drinking water.
Is he?
I drink way too much water.
He nags his wife. We'll call it nagging too.
I just watched this study the other day, and it was a guy dripping, like, doing some scientific shit with Sprite, some alkaline water, and then like some spring water. Yeah. Did you see that? That's probably where I seen it then. So I'm like, which one? Like, obviously Sprite's the worst for you, but I thought like alkaline water is supposed to be technically the best for you.
Right.
But my wife is so dead set against spring water that we try to stay away from it.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. It tastes spring.
That's what she said.
If you go like up north, there's a couple spots that have a natural spring and they tapped into it, and it's just constantly leaking spring water. And you can go up there, fill up a bottle, and it's the best water because it's right out of the ground.
Right.
The bottled spring water is not good. It tastes too
much like tap water,
like dusty, like it's like a stale water. I don't know how it, but that's
sometimes
how I feel.
It depends. I had a water somewhere. I can't even remember where it was right now, but it tasted like dust. It tasted like cardboard dust.
Have you ever seen the bag water? My cousin, I swear,
I've seen the box water.
He used to buy a bag of water. It was like Capri Sun, but like the shittiest version. And it was 50 cents, and it had a straw and everything. You pop it in, and it was shit. Like, but he loved it because it was bag water.
Dude, my favorite water is Aquafina. A big bottle of Aquafina. It has to be ice cold.
But they say like room temperature water is better for you.
Yeah, it's your body. It's closer to your body temperature, so it processes faster. So your body,
but it doesn't taste as good.
It doesn't taste as good. No. I crunch on ice like a motherfucker, dude.
For sure. But the best water I've ever tried in my life was in the mountains in California. Right, there's a spring. not a spring. It was like a stream, right? So you just like you scoop up some water. There might be like some sediment and some shit in it. But then just knock that out and then drink that. It was the coldest and cleanest water I've ever drank in my life.
Natural spring
like
water.
Just running down this like up in the mountains. Like it was amazing.
And it tastes better than the bottle one.
That one day.
Dude, it was so I wish I could just bottle it and sell it back home. Like I'd have made a fortune.
We actually went up and got a whole 5-gallon drum of like the Culligan water bottle thing of fucking spring water in
Michigan.
Yeah, because my fucking cousin, like, she's like, Uncle Dan, I need it. I need that fucking spring water from up there. Because when we go up north at the old place, my great grandma and grandpa lived there. Right down the road, a couple blocks down the road, there's a fucking natural spring, and it's just flowing. And it's crystal clear water right out of the fucking, it's filtered by the earth.
Right.
So
you can't get better than that.
Yeah. And then
so you're just out there with this.
She literally took it and hid it in her room and would get a fucking cup or would fill up ice trays with it. And, her own special ice tray in her own little freezer and make her own fucking, like I just want a glass of spring water for a day.
That's awesome.
And that's, I mean, I'm craving it right now. We don't go up there that much anymore.
How far up is it?
It's 4 hours. And our property is only like 3, maybe 2, like almost 3 hours. So we're about an hour away from it, but we never make it up there because we get too drunk up north.
Right.
Shit
that's what you do up north.
Yeah. I go on the river. I don't really drink so much anymore. I got that brain injury. So I just watch my family fall apart on the river.
Yeah.
So they drink more and more. You're in the sun, you're in the water, you're pissing off the boat while it's fucking going. You're flipping boats. You're falling in the water. And I just like watching the demise because we make it to point B every time, but something bad happens. Dude.
On the way to point B.
Oh yeah. On the way to point B, something great happens.
That's like the epic stories, like in memories that you're gonna be like that time up north, Uncle Jeff or whatever.
My sister cried for fucking 4 hours because I don't want to be drunk no more.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
I don't care what people say. Eat, drink coffee, take a shot. No, you just gotta deal with it.
Wasted. And then she sat in the water when we got back and waited for the bus, dude. It was awesome. I had fun.
And then you always remember everything from it. Like, so when people are so shit faced, they forget.
I blacked out what happened last night.
Yeah.
Dude, the coolest
like,
shit.
let me tell you. Let me pull up my phone and show you.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what you did, dude.
I love it.
Like the other day, a dude on the island came up and just told me to close my eyes and open my mouth and videotape it. Me getting shoved. He shoved fruit in my mouth. He said, "Close your eyes, open your mouth." I didn't know the guy. He knew my homie.
Trusted it.
Yeah, all he said, he's like, "I know your homie. Open your mouth. Close your eyes."
That's okay, trusting, dude.
Man. That's real.
He said Adabapo, and he put it in, and it was a good piece of fruit. Second one was a lemon, so I didn't really, or a melon. First one was a strawberry, a wet strawberry, like a soggy strawberry.
Full or cut in half?
It was a full one with the top cut off.
Okay. Did it safe?
But it was soggy and like a fruit salad all day.
Okay.
So I had to, and he was like, what do you think? I gave you fruit. And I was like, dude, it was a little mushy.
I mean, you got to be happy it was fruit though.
Yeah.
Like not knowing, just close your eyes, open your mouth. You never know what you're getting. Like that's a sketchy one.
I thought after the fact, I was like, maybe that, like what if he would have like had like some Molly or some
still maybe not a bad day.
I mean, not a bad day, but like what if he had like a whole bunch of acid in
it? I mean, it could have been a wild ride.
Crazy. We were partying on a fucking island, dude. It's crazy. Nobody had 8 Mile Vodka though.
What island was it?
We're not allowed to disclose this location of the island.
I get there
is in the
state.
So
I could take you, but I can't tell you.
It's in the state of Michigan though?
Yeah.
All right, so we need to put me in touch with the people that help with this island.
Yeah.
Or just send some care packages.
That would be.
Or go see all your.
Dude, I can walk across the water.
I
I can walk flat-footed across that.
When we say island, I mean we mean like deserted island.
How many people are there? Like
the only reason there's any swings or anything like that there is because the people that live around there have put them there for when they go there. So there's no inhabitants on this island.
There's no houses, no nothing.
I gotta
It's
see
just
this
the
island. Like I gotta see it.
Can't tell you, but
I
we
won't
can
tell.
show
Yeah,
you.
I'll go blindfolded.
I don't
just
know
gotta
where it's
see
at
it.
either. I can't get to it either.
Yeah.
I would have to.
How far of a
So
trip is it?
and
Can
it's
we
not just
disclose
you.
that?
I will not tell anybody.
I'm his best friend, and I've been there a few times, 3 times, and I still don't know where it's at.
How long does it
it's
take
in
to get
Monroe
there?
County.
Oh, so we can get there within 30 minutes.
Oh,
with
yeah, easily.
with easy.
How soon can we go?
We can go anytime, really, but you got kayak out there type shit. You know,
Oh, really?
It's island. You can't get to it to a bridge.
yeah, it's like
It's not a bridge to it.
So
You walk in the water, or you float.
Well, you can
over.
walk all the way there?
No, but T-Rup can almost. He's so big. He can.
Does he-
see, you can carry me, right?
Oh, if you were on my
I'll hop
shoulders,
on your
yeah.
back,
If
and we'll just go.
if you were on my shoulders, we can get.
But obviously, you got to direct us, and because if not, we'll just be walking in water. And
And then we'll
Who
get
knows
to
where
the
we go.
lake and end up fucking drowning.
yeah,
There was a
'Cause I'm not
couple.
a strong
There was a
swimmer.
couple times where T-Rup was like, "This is the way we would go, right, to get home." Like, no, bro, it's the opposite. It's over here.
So literally, okay, I might have been tripping at the time, but literally, I came to realization
Jody?
in my head, I
What
don't
up,
really
Sam?
care where this place is, because I can go to it. All these people here love me. You know, I can go here. I don't give a fuck where it's at, because I can go here. They'll take me there, but
Right.
I don't even care where the fuck it's at. To be honest with you,
What up,
I have a good
TJ?
idea, but I just don't even
So is
care.
it because you were tripping that you're bad with direction, or you're just bad with direction?
I'm
in
bad.
general?
I can't. That
He
even-
he's good at what he knows, but like getting new direction and retaining that isn't that
Yeah.
well.
So I'm the same way. So I rely on my phone so much. I went to my buddies to pick him up like 6 times and still have to use my phone to get to his house. Like I'm that bad with direction.
I'm good with. I have to. So when I'm GPSing and going somewhere, I look at everything that's around,
Landmarks and
everything that looks weird, and then all you got to do is find something weird about something.
That's how I do it too. Landmarks. I don't know street names
Yeah.
well. Still,
Oh, shit.
Monroe
It's that
and
weird ass gas station where the crackheads sit at.
right.
I got to
Got
turn
you.
right. You know what
Oh
I'm
shit!
saying?
Is that
Yeah.
Monroe Street or Telegraph? I still don't remember, even though I've been born here. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Going to Angelo Northwood Villa, I still have to put it in my phone because I can't remember if it's Telegraph all the way down or Monroe Street. And I just had a meeting there last week, and I had to put it in my phone to figure out, all right, Monroe Street.
See, if it's a new place that I haven't been to, and I've been around there, like it's in the same strip mall as every other store I've ever been to, but that one, I'm GPSing there.
Yeah.
Even when I know where that thing is, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep the GPS on just in case.
I did it on the way here.
You know?
I had to.
This is, dude. Yeah, direction's pretty bad, dude. My wife told me to go right, and I went left, like straight up.
See,
I even
like
thought
I'm good
about
with
it,
that, like rights and lefts,
Yeah.
but
I wasn't even.
But if you tell me go north on, I don't know.
Yeah, same.
I have no idea where
Is that north
is.
or I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
I don't know which way this highway is, but
Yeah.
So you come up to Monroe Street.
I know Newport is north of
North
here.
is always.
So like I know that like
Yeah.
locally Monroe, but like if
Yeah.
I'm in LA
Oh fuck no,
and
dude.
somebody's like, "Hey, you take north on the 101." I don't even know if 101 goes north, but like I don't know what the fuck that means, man. You got to like tell me, "Hey, just type in this address in your phone." and
Right,
you'll get
that
there.
is
like,
way
what I need.
easier.
that
I
that is
can't
a
do
lot
it.
easier. Yeah, but I've been led the wrong places a ton of time by fucking Siri.
You think it was on purpose?
Siri. has it
Sometimes I
out
feel
for
like
you.
Siri does like intentional shit, like to get you caught up. And I know it's like it's not a conspiracy thing, but it's just like
That could be a conspiracy thing.
like, did she just want to mess with me today?
yeah,
feels
I
like
don't know.
that sometimes.
Even when I was coming here, like I typed the address in my phone and then it says like destination unknown. So I was like, I mean, this is a real destination. I know it is, but she had me on the walking directions. But it should still be a known location because I'm walking there.
yeah.
But she's like unknown. I'm like, what do you mean unknown?
You can't find it on foot. You
Yeah.
can only find it
Only
in a
if
car.
you're in your car,
The addresses only show up when you're in a car.
right?
That's
So I gotta say, after taking a couple drinks of this, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I am
Do you
not.
really?
I'm not sad about it at all.
I
I'm not
appreciate it.
hurt that I'm drinking it. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you're drinking it, especially for two non-drinkers. Like,
Dude,
that's huge.
How does this idea even come about? Like, what even?
How does 8 Mile Vodka?
Like, what is?
Where does it come from, and how is it created? Where?
Man, it's
how
such
did
a
we get here?
long, crazy story on my side of it, at least. But
I
it
want to
ended
hear
up.
your side.
So my side, man, I was working at a liquor distribution company in Brownstown when this launched in 2016. So I was working the point of sale warehouse. So it was receiving all of the t-shirts, hats, hoodies, keychains, all all the bullshit,
Yeah,
and organizing that.
all the merch.
So I was trying to get in touch with Trick's manager because I've been a fan of Trick since I was a kid and I love the music business. And then I was just trying to figure out, like, I was doing research on him and found out his manager was from Detroit and he was a local guy. So I was trying to just meet him. Well, then I kept seeing his company doing these Tito's Tuesday contests, like every week, on Tuesdays. So I'm like, one day I was at the warehouse and the Tito's guy, it's a good friend of mine today. It's not because it's Tito's, like, we got bad blood. Like, that's my guy. But I'm like, Sam, do you know this guy? And he's like, yeah, it's my boy. I'm like, dude, I've been trying to meet this guy for like 6 months. He's like, I'll have him give you a call. So then he calls me up. And then it was pretty much just like, we were kind of just bullshitting about the music business. And he's like, well, just come to the office. And it was pretty much just whenever I went to his office, I was just interviewing him, kind of just asking him how he got into it, how he linked up with Trick, like all this stuff. So then I called that dude for at least 6 months, every other week, like just to check in with him, right? Give him ideas, like my dumbass ideas that didn't mean anything. He's
So
like,
I was thinking, bro.
so
Listen.
every time, like, and I would just try to come up with something. So finally he texts me on a Saturday morning. He's like, hey man, we're doing a video shoot for Trick. Do you want to come out? I'm like, I'd love to. So I go to the music video shoot and me and Trick hit it off. And then Mikey X9, he called me, like, we kept in touch for another few months and he called me. He's like, I think I got something full time if you want to jump into this music business. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I left the liquor company where this launched originally by a couple brothers. They were like some, I think, attorneys up in Birmingham or something.
Okay.
So then I went to work for Mikey and I was like working, like booking shows and just doing the day-to-day stuff because I don't like the negotiating part of like booking shows. Like Mikey's great at that, and Mikey can get to guys that most people can't. So I just like, all right, this is the show, this is the date, this is how much we're making. Like, I just like making sure all that shit falls into place. Like, he handles the rest. So then I started working with him, and then we linked up with some guys that he knows, and they were looking to do something. Me and Mikey were actually involved with a different vodka. And then we were just kind of looking at what we can do all like together. And then I don't even know which one of the partners found out the 8 Miles for sale, but they're like, let's do this together. And I was like, let's go. Like, and pretty much, I mean, that's it. It was just right place, right time, right people. And I'm just like, I'm blessed and thankful that they put me in this position for the opportunity. Like, that's all I've ever told anybody. Like, I just need an opportunity and then the rest falls on me. If I fuck it up, that's on me. But just, if you give me an opportunity, like, I can't ask for anything more than that.
Right.
Like, the rest is my fault or, my success.
That's
what these guys did.
Self accountability.
Yeah. So these guys pretty much just took me under their wing. Like, let's go. We believe in you. And here we are.
So do you have representatives like that go around and that, or are you the one that goes?
So
and
we
asks?
do, like, through like our distributor, like they have sales reps.
Okay.
So the whole Monroe thing was just because I'm a Monroe guy, and I told my wife,
You grow up here?
So I grew up. I moved here from like Taylor when most of my family lived in like Taylor and up that way. I moved here before preschool. I left for a short minute when I was 17, but then my wife, we linked up and I came back. So, I mean, I was just, a small town guy, So the whole Monroe thing, like I told my wife, I never want to go to a bar or a restaurant or a party store and not be able to buy a bottle of our vodka or order a drink and it not be ours. Like, so that was just a personal goal of mine. Like, I want to get it all over Monroe. And then my partners call me like, dude, you're killing it. Like, I mean, and I love it. Like, it doesn't feel like work to me. You know, it's just a passion. Like I love doing it and I love interacting with people. And I'm not like a huge, everything happens for a reason guy, but I do believe in the butterfly effect, right? So all my little steps led me to this. So I used to sell beer for a local beer distributor. So like I had all these connections and relationships with bar owners and party store owners. So like, and then the liquor business, like everything just led me back to this. And, you know, the support from the city has been insane.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
I see it everywhere now. That's cool.
It's nuts. And
every day you're somewhere new.
Honestly, it feels like that. And sometimes it's not even me. Sometimes it's like I just had, so my buddy Nate Duso at Duso Farms, I went out there. My son Riot loves like tractors and farm equipment. So I went out there to get some veggies the other day and it was a birthday. So I dropped him off a bottle and then all of a sudden he's like, man, I'm going to take this to the Walnut and have them call you. I'm like, all right, man, sweet. So then no shit. Like the next week, the lady from the Walnut bar is calling me like, hey, when can we meet? So it's like other people are even just plugging me in and they're like, oh, I hear you're a Monroe guy. Like,
I should bring that to fucking the chateau and be like, yo,
take me with, let me go with you. Yeah, like I just love meeting new people and bullshit.
Oh, you
that's
would
what
love
I was
them.
gonna say too.
You would love them.
They're cool people.
I've only been there once.
The chateau?
Yeah. Because I like in Luna Pier, like
how long ago? Because
it was a long time. Like
it's
minimally
changed.
5 years.
It's changed.
Oh, they're new owners. So I worked with these ladies. I worked with them at a haunted house for 6 years, and I'm going back this year. But they bought a bar, and they literally changed every single thing about it. It's like a fucking 5-star restaurant for sure, bro.
Really?
Yeah, you could take your girl out there and fucking wine and dine her there. I'd love to, because there's a bar part. You can get ratchet at the bar. You can go in the dining room part, dude.
That's my favorite part about going out to eat is getting ratchet at the bar.
Yeah.
And then going and sitting down.
Yeah.
All right, now we're serious. We're about to eat this badass meal.
Let's go. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's good. My homie, my best friend from when I was 16, he's the head chef there.
Really?
Yep. And he's about his shit, bro.
Dude, you let me know. We'll go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can go out there whenever. I love going out there.
We got shit going on this week and all the way until this weekend. You know, after Monday,
I'm free next week.
Let me talk to my
weekends. All
let
crazy.
me talk to my dad. Fucking let him. He'll let you know.
He'll let me know your schedule.
Yeah, that's me.
So real quick,
I'll go right now. Like
I gotta ask,
podcast.
Though, what did you do at the haunted house?
I fucking.
I mean, obviously, you scared people, but like, do you have like a
he was
custom
junior.
mask? Or like, what do you do? I chase people with chainsaws.
No, I scream. I like do a weird scream with it, but more intense. And I'm fucking 6'5", and I'm fucking huge, dude. What are you gonna do? You're gonna get scared.
He wore
do you have a mask on or no?
I wore overalls, no shirt, sweaty because I'm hot because I'm scaring 500 people.
No mask.
Does it look like he needs a mask, Mikey?
So the only thing, let me ask you
I had
this:
a mask though.
do you?
Yeah.
What kind of mask is it though?
It's all white and it has just black over the eyes and black over the mouth.
I feel like, and this is no disrespect because I love you, but just that look with overalls with that noise, is like more gangster and like fearing.
I'm doing it
than
this
a
year.
mask.
This year, I'm just gonna make them like dark shade my eyes. I'm gonna have some chick there.
Yeah.
Come here, hit me with some makeup. Leave all the
yeah.
tats and all the scary shit, and I'm gonna be chopping up a body or something. I don't know. I'm gonna scare some people though.
Scary, like real people to me are the scariest thing there is, right? So like Freddy and all that shit isn't scary to me.
Yeah.
Like a big ass, like tatted up, crazy guy that makes that noise is scarier to me than somebody wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even speak English.
Yeah, like that's the shit that like I would freak out about.
Yeah, that's because I wanted to retire the mask, and I want to.
They like it.
I just,
They like the mask.
I love the mask. I love it.
What about the?
I
haunted house
grabbed
people?
it. The one time I grabbed it, I scared so many fucking people. I've got hit by so many 50-year-old ladies, dude. I can't even count.
How do you handle it?
Dude, the one lady made me take my whole mask off. I was fucking leaking out of my eyes, bro.
Oh no!
She
way.
popped me good. She went woo, and I was just.
Dev Rucker says Brain Jerk Haunted House coming soon.
Let's go. Can I be involved in that?
I'll
Can I be like the little like? I don't even know, man. Just like a little scary.
Well, dude, me and Josh were in charge of, because I have years of experience in a haunted house, and Josh has a good brain. We literally
Let's
were
go,
like,
man.
we were at a Halloween party. We were helping set up, and Josh was like, dude, they cut out a fucking trail back here. And I was like, we're making a haunted house. And we made, in 2 hours time, we made
Not even 2 hours. It was like an hour's worth of
Yeah.
actually putting things together and
Hours
whacking
worth
down
of
some
labor.
weeds.
hours worth of labor. And it was about a 45-second walkthrough because there was so much like bad terrain, and we scared the fuck out of people. I was sitting back there screaming as loud as I can, smacking his sign.
I was locked in a cage.
Yep.
Did you guys get to make money on it? Like,
No,
No, it
it
was
was
just for our
like-
friends. We
It was
wanted
for
to
our
see.
friends and family.
We wanted to see what we could do. Because
we got to do something this fall. Presented by
I'm going.
Mile Vodka. Like,
He's already going. Where is it?
Irish Hills.
Irish Hills. He's
I'm
already
already
going
going
to
to be a
one.
part of one. I told them I'm coming back.
The same people that own the chateau do
do that
thing
same
up
haunted
there.
house.
It's fucking wild, dude.
Is it like a 3-part haunted house, right?
Yep, it's a drive-through. It's a haunted train
I feel
car.
like you can't do a drive-through though. Like,
Oh no, it's not a drive-through. It's a haunted hayride.
oh, okay, yeah. So
and then
that's,
it's a
yeah, you got to do a hayride.
and then it's a haunted train. Eisenhower's old train. His actual train car's a haunted
That's
house.
big, man.
And then there's an indoor, like a giant saloon, like a strip mall in the western towns.
Oh man.
And then you go through all that, and that's where fucking daddy's gonna be. But I'm getting married the first weekend, so I gotta.
Of October.
Yeah, I'm getting married.
What's the date?
The second. I'm getting
I
married.
got
Vegas.
engaged on the 3rd in Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yeah. Nice.
There's a bunch of us going.
I'm gonna be wearing a muumuu, like a dress, a butterfly, colorful butterfly muumuu.
We got videographers coming out. We got fucking
So does the wife, soon to be
15,
wife, know
20
about it?
people. Oh yeah.
She 100% knows about it.
What is she wearing?
She's gonna wear a corset, like a
A
nice,
white one, or is she gonna do black?
I think hers is like grayish. My aunt's gonna crochet me butterfly wings, and I'm gonna be
That
a
is
beautiful
so
butterfly.
crazy. I
My
love
dad
it.
bought me pink Jordans.
Like a crocheted blanket, but butterfly wings. He's
That
gonna
is
have.
so gangster. I love it.
and I what I said is dress to make people look at you, because we're gonna be walking around a really crowded place with somebody videoing us.
We're all gonna be dressed up.
So we want to be dressed up so I can hand out brain jerk cards.
Dude, you got to go to this place. I'll figure out the name of it, but it's like a spot where all the old like neon signs from Vegas. It's like the neon sign graveyard. So all these signs are
You
lit
can
up.
get married there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you already know it.
Yeah,
You
can
should
get
go.
married
You
there.
should walk through there. It's probably
I'll probably walk through there.
you got to at least get some photos there.
That'd be cool.
If
I'm gonna
you're
be a
wearing
butterfly,
that,
dude.
if
I'm
you're
gonna-
wearing that butterfly shit and you don't go there and take photos, then
I'm gonna actually, you know those
like, you have to.
$5 tattoos they have in Vegas?
Just like the stick-on ones, or is it
No,
like that?
just they tattoo a little quarter size thing.
No, I didn't know
I'm
that.
gonna get a butterfly tattooed on my face and a butterfly.
So they'll
muumuu.
tattoo you $5.
Yeah, it's like a little
Like a
quarter
little-
size, a little tiny thing.
You put money into a quarter machine or something, and you twist it, and something falls out. They
And
have
that's
those
what you
too.
get?
They have those too. Yeah.
So whatever comes out, you get that tattoo.
Yep. That's cool.
Does
I like
it show
that.
you the options of what you could
I'm
get,
not
or it's
sure.
just completely
I've
random?
never done it, but I've know people that have.
Because I mean, there could be some bad ones.
But just because I got married in Vegas, I'm getting a butterfly on
100%.
my face somewhere they can find it.
So we got to talk about these face tats real quick.
Yeah, let's
How
go.
bad did it hurt?
Oh, 100% terrible. The head, the face is
What was the most painful? Really?
35 minutes. I was actually crying. While my
Worse than
tattoo
your throat?
artist-
Neck?
I did a special. I went 4.5 hours on this side and then 4.5 hours on this side back to back. So I was just, my neck was fucking hurting. Everything was hurting. So I did stupid that night. I stayed up the whole night getting tattooed. But the most intense pain was toxic on my chin because it was 35 minutes of straight tattooing. He did it.
It looks badass, but
I said you have to do it in one try right now because as soon as he did the one line and
I don't even know how he stretched it. Like
I did this and sat there and he would just, but dude, he was straddling my leg. He's only like 5'3", 5'5", maybe. He straddled my leg, almost sat on my fucking leg, held my face down, and I was just sitting there crying, looking into his eyes the whole time. That was the worst one because it's just traumatic. I had to look at him.
do the brain jerk one though above the eyebrow.
That one,
That's fucking commitment.
That one didn't hurt.
No,
not as bad as.
He says he got it to show me that he was committed.
Yeah.
Did that prove it to you or no?
I mean, he's here,
92 episodes in.
992.
That's just pillar talk.
Yeah.
We got like fucking 300 of the other one. No, like 187.
Probably close to that number.
I just can't imagine the pain in the face because, like, my neck.
I tapped out all my head tattoos. Every single one. Besides,
What do you
flowers.
mean tapped out? Like, all right, I'm done today.
You're done. You're done. Actually,
did you go back and finish them?
I got to get a second one on this one, but it hurts really bad. I got to get a second on the UFO because there's a cow that's going on the side of my head. It's going to be so cool, but like a cow getting picked up by a fucking UFO on my head. It's going to be sweet. I'm going to put a hummingbird over there. Before I get married, I want a hummingbird, a cartoony hummingbird, maybe a couple bees. And
you got to do it quick, man. If this wedding's coming up, man.
I'm not, dude. It's hard to get the umph to go do it,
dude. I was going like I take tattoos so bad, like every single one of them hurt, and every single one of them, like I had these third person like conversations with myself, like, all right, Mikey, why are you doing this? Like, you don't need to.
Oh, I do it every time.
We're done, and then I'm like, all right, man, let's get through this one, and then we'll be done. Like, you're 33 now, you have enough.
Yeah, I do it every time,
and then 2 weeks later, I'm like, all right, man, we got to finish this and do this. Yep. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what'd be cool on my face? Toxic on my chin.
Dude, I had a bruise on the back of my head from when I was getting my neck done, pushing back on the chair so hard, like the back of my head was bruised.
Oh, if you don't take tattoos on the neck good or good period, the one on the neck probably hurt like a bitch. Don't touch your face.
Terrible.
Don't touch your face.
And I got like these little spots in the back of like between my throat and then like the back of my neck tattoo that I got to get filled in. I'm like, keep texting my guy like, hey, I'll see you soon. And then I'm like, I'll let you know. Like,
yep. Every time I see my tattoo artist, because I'm good friends with him, he's like, when are we going to finish that head? Don't fucking talk to me, dude.
I wish, first of all, I could find a guy. Like, I wish my guy would like allow me. I wish, first of all, I got to be rich enough to get like anesthesia, right? Put me out, pay for that guy, and then have my guy tattoo me. Like, that's what I want to happen.
12 hours later, you wake up and you're like,
I wake up sore, but everything is done.
I just get really not frustrated, annoyed after a while.
With the wiping? The wiping is what
I get annoyed, like, come on, bro. But like the head ones are a lot different. Now that I've done the head, the body is nothing.
Really?
Yeah. But the head, it fucking hurts.
So would you have started there? Like done the head first and then so I feel like I wish I would have started like the most painful first. Like, so neck, throat, chest.
I have only the painful spots on my body left.
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta deal with it.
The stomach, actually, I got rup across my stomach in big letters. It fucking hurts, dude.
I mean, it's got to.
I made my stomach hurt for a month.
Really?
Oh yeah. It just,
dude, I bruised so bad. I bruised like a peach. So when I got like this section done, it was like 5.5 hours. And from all the wiping, like 2 days later, when I'd make a fist, you couldn't see my knuckles. You couldn't. It was before I got that bone done. Like, you couldn't see anything. Like, I was just puffy. Yeah, like, and I just swell up so easy.
Oh, because your skin's sensitive.
When I got my hand done, I still have scars from when we were placing it wrong and wiping it off. I have scars from when we were wiping it off.
Oh, so you're like me, like just real, like.
Yeah, actually, his hand took a while to heal.
Yeah, it's still got scars on it.
No, his.
So what made you switch from that hand to that hand?
Because this was raw.
Oh, so
because we misplaced it 3 times. and then I rubbed it off 2.5, and I'm like, okay, we're switching hands.
But at least like you got some artists that don't care if it's misplaced or like, oh, it looks good, and then do it, and then you get home and you're like,
I make my artists.
Well,
do
normally,
bad.
honestly, I wouldn't have cared so much, but it was my hand.
my,
So I
my whole
wanted to-
face.
it
yeah, you
took-
can't hide
yeah.
that.
My whole face was done with Sharpie. He wrote with
Just-
Sharpie. Yep. I've
I've had a few like.
that.
So what makes you like want to do that versus stencil?
It's 130% raw.
Gotcha.
If it's
So you
coming,
like that rawness
if
of
it's
it.
coming right out of his skull, who else did that? Who else got it done like
Well,
that?
right, but like instead of him writing, like drawing it on a stencil and then putting the stencil on, what makes you like the Sharpie? Is it just like because boom, it's right now?
It's actually kind of cool looking at the shitty Sharpie drawing, and then when he gets done with the tattoo,
And then seeing how much better
it's
it
like,
looks.
holy fucking shit, there's definition in this. You know, because he uses a pink one first and then a red one to get kind of sort of what he wants, and then
So it's just an idea.
then
Like
he
he knows.
outlines
yeah.
with the black one, and then you're like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing.
Freestyle, complete freestyle.
Freestyle. He
On every
freestyled
tattoo?
Most of them. I got a pumpkin smoking a bong. That was
That's
all
badass.
freestyle.
He's got bears throwing squirrels on his back. They got a squirrel. It's got a squirrel and it's throwing it.
I
A
gotta-
bear's got a. He's doing. I made the bear do a.
it
Tom
can be
Brady
after,
pose.
but I gotta see this.
Yeah,
I gotta see.
I
this
made it.
tattoo.
I made the bear do a Tom Brady pose because my dad likes Tom Brady, and this is
So is it like your way of like a tribute to your dad?
yeah. I got the frog and the plants for my mom. I got a unicorn with all the colors of the rainbow for my niece. I got a dolphin for my sister. Still got
So
to
you're a
get one
family
for-
man. I love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. That's why my wife likes me, or my fiance likes me. 'Cause I'm a good family man, apparently. But I'm a bitch.
When it comes to tattoos, or just
No, I'm just dude, I got that brain injury. I got a lot of problems with I got a lot of mental issues that I go
I
through.
mean, I think we all do.
Yeah,
You know.
and sometimes I can't handle them, so I got to be babied sometimes, and yeah, that's
He calls
why-
himself the female of the relationship.
Oh, she's 100%. I call her Jeff. Her name's Jessica.
Jeff.
People call her Jess, but she's Jeff, dude. Dude, I laid down naked one time and she smacked my ass and grabbed it like she was a man. I was like, "What are you doing to me? What's gonna happen? I'm scared."
Like with authority.
She
like-
cuddles me. I like getting cuddled because I like being babied and I want to feel her heartbeat on my back.
So that's crazy you mentioned that, right? So if I'm laying on my wife's chest, like hearing her heartbeat, and not just her heartbeat, just a heartbeat,
Yeah.
that makes me like sick to my stomach.
Really?
Like I feel like I could throw up. I don't know why.
Are you kidding me?
I swear.
Dude, I
I don't know what it is. It's so weird.
have the exact opposite feel of that. I have trouble sleeping. I have night terrors and shit. And
Oh, so do I.
and the reason how I get through it is I sleep so good when I got a heartbeat. Because my night terrors make my heart beat, and that's what makes me freak out. Because my heart's beating fast and I'm sleeping.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis? I think it's called.
No, I get straight up.
dude, I
stand
get
straight
that.
up.
Like that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that's
like,
not.
I know what's going on. I try to like nudge my wife, like, but I can't move.
Yeah,
But it's like in the middle of a night terror. It's crazy,
yeah.
I've had
That
that
in the
since
middle
I
of
was
a
a
night
kid.
terror, I'd shit, dude.
dude.
I'd
It's,
shit.
I've had it seriously
I
since
shit
I
my
was.
pants during a night terror one time. Literally scared the shit out of myself.
I mean, that was a bad one.
Yeah, and I stayed up for 11 days after that.
Straight.
Yep,
11
and
days.
Told my case manager, I was like, I'm going to a psych ward.
And on that 11th day, we created Brain Jerk.
This is how Brain Jerk was made, and I didn't.
Did you
I
have
had-
any assistance for staying up for 10 or 11 days or no?
No.
It was just
It was straight
willpower.
100% sober, scared.
No, it was fear.
I walked in a circle. Dude, one night I had a night terror and had my step counter on my phone in my pocket. I did 6,000 steps inside of a house, and I just had
Yeah.
one night terror. 6,000 steps. I was like, they said it reached your goal. I was like,
So like we don't gotta get into like details, but do you know like do you remember like what the night terror is about?
No.
Or it's just like you
So I
wake up freaking out.
I wake up and I'm dead. I'm gonna die. Sure shit. Somebody's in there. Just I'm gonna die right now
See, like
because my heart beats in my mouth. It feels like
My
Like, it feels like I'm
sleep,
gonna throw up my heart.
like my sleep paralysis or whatever you want to call it, like it's so weird. I feel like I can hear it coming on, right? So I'll be like laying down, sleeping or whatever, and then I just feel like this wave going from the back of my neck up to the top of my head, and I'm like, shit, if you don't get up now, it's gonna happen. And then sometimes I do, and sometimes I can't. And then once like it starts happening, I'm fucked. Like I can't get out of it until it's done.
We just talked about this in therapy today.
It's crazy.
They
wanted me to do these sleep studies, but like I don't know when it's gonna happen, so I can't say, all right, I'll be there Thursday and you can record.
I had a night terror during a sleep study.
They
kicked me out at 3 a.m.
They kicked you out?
3 a.m.
I mean, that's
I was supposed to
kind of
sleep
shitty
till
of the
6.
place, it seems like.
But I ripped everything off. They put a whole bunch of shit on your head. And
I mean, they got to know that's going to happen sometime during sleep.
Like,
studies.
dude, I have night
like,
terrors.
This is why I'm here.
And you got wires attached to me. If I wake up in a night terror and I got wires attached to me, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm breaking this whole room.
For sure.
And you got me in a fucking nursing home bedroom looking like.
I've scheduled 3 and never went to any of them.
Yeah, I was at a nursing home for a year and a half. I don't ever want to go back. You got me in some old lady room. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping with grandma tonight.
So did they ever tell you like, all right, well, we did see something.
My
like,
brain is active, super active at night.
When you're sleeping,
super
it's
active.
Just going crazy.
Yeah, it's just
he's all good until it's time to go to bed.
Till nighttime.
And then now, so basically from the morning show, he kind of uses it as a type of therapy. What we've kind of figured out is he's afraid to go under. Also, he needs knee surgery, right? He's afraid to go under because last time he was under, he woke up to people inside of him.
Oh, you woke up during surgery?
So I feel like going to sleep, that's what the fear is,
right.
You know, because you don't remember, you know, you just turn off when you go to sleep.
Yeah, they didn't.
You're supposed to. Yeah,
I got in a motorcycle accident, hit my head. They didn't want to put me under all the way anesthesia because I was already fucking out, you know. And they put me on a light anesthesia, and I woke up with them. My stomach got ripped open by my handlebars, and they were in there cleaning out my stomach. There was 2 doctors' sets of hands, and I was like,
when you woke up,
yeah. And then the second time, they were scrubbing my legs. They had burns on them, and they were scrubbing my legs, and all that happened when I woke up and seen that shit. I get scared, and then somebody grabs my head and pulls it down, and I go back to sleep. And I woke up
that's
again,
all you remember.
And then that's
so it's almost like a PTSD.
Yeah, 100%. That's what it is. My doctor just said that I'm not mentally able. I'll have to be going to therapy for the rest of my life.
I think it's good for everybody.
I think 100%,
everybody should. And
I think a lot of men are opening up about that because a lot of people, even women, they don't want to fucking say that they're going to see a therapist. Like sometimes,
I wouldn't give a shit,
dude. I talk to Matt the most shit to my therapist, and she lets me. And you gotta
like talking shit like about your personal stuff, or just like talking shit to her.
Anything about how she lets me interpret everything the way I want to interpret it. She like when I told her that when my anxiety attacks me, it's a storm. You know, then what she said, but she explained it a little bit better. She said, "Fucking take an umbrella out and fucking don't get wet from the storm." You know, that's basically what I got to think about it. And she told me literally last week to check myself before I wreck myself.
She's a gangster.
Yeah,
I love her.
And she didn't.
And let's not forget, this is what. How many therapists have you gone through?
It's like my fifth or sixth therapist. No, she's in.
But just because you don't find the right one at first doesn't mean that they're not good.
Yeah, you gotta.
I think that's where like some people
find that one that fits.
I'm on my 5th knee doctor. I did like 3 shoulder surgeons before I got the one I wanted. This is like my 4th PM&R, and then I got a neurologist. And as soon as I seen that motherfucker, me and him hit it right off. Usually he sends his patients to a psychologist that's under his thing that has that can prescribe medicine. He didn't send me off to nobody, bro. I'm directly under his care because he likes to see.
Huge.
Because I don't take no psych meds. I don't take no psych meds, no pain meds.
So did like previous doctors want you to do that?
All of them. Even the ones I have now want to, but I won't let them. And they give me that option, and then when I tell them I haven't been doing it, and like he asked me what pain I walk around at 5 every day. Every day my pain's at a 5. My knee hurts every day. And he's like, then why don't you get surgery? Because I'm walking and it's not unbearable. But when it gets unbearable, I'll come in there, but I'm not doing it until I'm fucking damn near fucking. Let me be on a crutch for a couple weeks, and then I'll get the balls to do it. Because going under for surgery is terrible.
To me, dude, I loved it. Dude, I've only had to do it once. I got my appendix taken out, but I loved it.
I woke up and started grabbing doctors and shit. And I'm
like just gripping them up.
I'm crippled, but I'm big. Like,
no, you look like a strong dude.
Yeah,
like,
when my nurses would take my burn wounds off and have to redress my wounds, I would grab them and like.
See, I'm little, so nobody.
Yeah, but me, I don't
have that
know.
same effect on
and
people.
then when I'm in pain, I'm pretty, and then I had to get nurses that fucking literally, like would be like, dude, I'm gonna fight you if you touch me again, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like real.
And then you like,
I got the hardest nurses. The meanest nurses.
They knew who to send to you.
Yeah, I love them all 100%. Dude, I had the actual boss of the floor in there. The girl that don't do no
appreciate you.
The girl that don't do no doctor work anymore because she's so high up on the totem pole. She was doing my wound changes because she was not taking my shit. Yeah.
So like the only thing I hated about being like put under was like I was in pain whenever I was going to surgery and the guy slammed me into the wall like on the way to surgery. That shit kind of sucked. And then like I go to sleep and I'm like in the surgery room and there's like this pretty like attractive, I don't know if she was a nurse or a doctor or who she was. Like she was in my face and then I wake up to like these two like older like frumpy looking women and I'm like, all right, I'm like, my wife's around here somewhere. Like, can you get me to her?
Yeah.
Because like they're just in my face asking me all these questions. I'm like, I know my wife's here.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're gonna we already talked to April. Like, we'll take you to her. I'm like, all right, can we go now? Because like I went to sleep with a attractive nurse. Now you two are in my face.
Yeah.
Like, take me back to my wife now.
No, as soon as I woke up, I fucking grab up my surgeon and she's like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? You know?
My only request, like with surgery, was they take the catheter out while I was still out, and she did that. Like the doctor did that.
That's what I would want
because I was always like I've heard so many bad things about they don't deflate it all the way and they pull it out and it hurts. Like,
it hurts every time.
So that like I asked her, like, take it out while I'm sleeping still, and then if you need to, like, put a diaper on me, tie like a milk jug to it, like let me like. But I don't want to be awake whenever you pull that out.
It hurts.
And she was good.
Tie a milk jug to it.
Something, man. Like, or just let me piss on myself. Like, my wife will help take care of this. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to be awake whenever you pull that out.
I've had a catheter numerous times.
And you're awake when they take it out?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't feel good.
I remember the first time I took a piss after that, it burned like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
probably the first couple times. But.
I was actually in the hospital immobile, 100% immobile, couldn't even get out of bed for a while with a catheter in. It was the craziest thing having to piss, and then you're trying not to piss, but you can't hold it. You just goes. You're like, all right, sweet. That's fucking. I don't like hospitals that much.
I mean, I don't like them at all. But I mean, I would love to get put out to get tattooed though.
Why? That's weird.
I don't like the pain. I don't like anything about it. There's not one
I would
part
do
of
it.
the process that I
would
like.
do it. Be put out and your whole fucking arm's done.
There's got to be people rich enough that could pay somebody to do that.
They
Like,
100% do that. Rich people do that all the time.
I like
because who wants to get fucking?
So that's my goal with 8 Mile and Born in Detroit is like get rich enough to where I can pay to get put out and get tattooed.
What made you want to do it?
Get tattooed?
No, get the 8 Mile. Just a good opportunity,
Yeah,
and you
it was a
couldn't
good
pass it
opportunity.
up.
And then like I tried it, and I honestly do believe in the product. I really do.
So this was getting released at the place that you were at. It was dropping.
So it did get released in 2016.
Did you have to re-release it then?
No, I mean, we took it over, and then people noticed, like, there's different owners and different things in place, and they could tell, and then we're actually doing a launch party for a lot of like some of our accounts and just people that have been supporting us throughout this entire like journey. September, the day I'm in that wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, September 11th. So we're doing like a launch party for both companies there. And then just
What, are you only in Michigan right now?
Yep. So like, what's so crazy is everybody's like, they don't understand that every state's different. So they're like, all right, I'm going to be in Florida this weekend, or I'm going to be in Nashville. I'm going to ask them about 8 Mile and see if they can get it. I'm like, I appreciate it, and I love you for doing that, but
Right, for thinking about
until we're licensed in every, like, in that state, like, there's nothing.
Oh, you have to pull a license for every state.
Every state, but then every state's different. So like how you distribute
Different
is different for
regulations.
every state. Like it's not just like a across the board thing.
So where you at in Michigan?
Dude, honestly, like I got to look at our website, and I mean, I see the sales reports every 2 weeks, but to get a good idea, like on our website, you can type in like a zip code and then do within like a 10-mile radius, 25-mile, 50-mile, like to figure out where the closest place to you is at. But there's no way I could even name off all the places that we're at in Michigan.
A ton of places?
It's great. We're in every state, Meyer in the state of Michigan. Like
No
we
shit.
did the old Meyer, yeah.
Really?
Yep. Working on some other like chain accounts right now.
So does the Pistons fucking sell your liquor at their?
So I mean that's a process we're working on right now.
Because don't they got bars in there? They got bars in there.
Yep.
And
So I mean it's a process because there's just
dude,
it's a lot bigger of a picture than
imagine having this first pick, do a commercial for your fucking 8 Mile Vodka.
Crazy.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, no, it'd be awesome.
I just turned 21. I'm gonna get fucked up.
Right. And then bring home an NBA championship.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that would be. I don't know
Crazy.
if there's anybody good, and nobody's talking about anybody since that Zion kid.
Cade Cunningham, I believe that's his name. Like, I'm so bad with sports. Like, all my sports buddies are gonna just demolish me for this. But
I just listen to the sports talk.
Like, he's the number one draft pick that they just picked up. Like, he's good. But I mean, I just don't know sports other than like if they said, "Hey, Mikey, let's talk about MMA." Like, where do you want to start? You know what I mean? Like, if we get that partnership someday, and like that's my goal.
Yeah, that'll be
like
sweet.
that'll be.
I want to be the guys that interview people,
like the commentators
in the back.
Okay, so like Megan O'Leary.
Yeah.
But
I want to be.
I love Megan O'Leary.
I also want to do everything. I'll commentate anything. I'll commentate a beauty pageant. Just because
you got the voice for it, though.
Just because I can think of jokes and shit like that. Like, let me go live and videotape your pageant.
See, I couldn't do it because like I'm just a fan of the sport to where I wouldn't even be talking. I would just be watching. And then like I'm so bad with the UFC. Like I always, if I like a fighter, I just go with them. Like I'm a ride or die. Like I'm with them no matter what. They could lose 10 fights, but if I still like them, that's my guy.
You like Conor McGregor?
So let me tell you something about Conor McGregor. So this Stay Ready tattoo on my hand came from a Conor McGregor fight that I lost the bet. So it was a Conor Jose Aldo fight. So I was Aldo all day.
He was too.
And
he lost money too.
I bet my best friend, which is my brother-in-law, like if Aldo lost, I had to get, it was supposed to be the notorious Conor McGregor. And then if Conor lost, he had to get Scarface tattooed on him somewhere. So then Conor obviously won. And then I talked him into getting Stay Ready instead of Notorious. Yeah. Which I love Stay Ready
about that.
I'm still salty about it because I feel like
I feel Jose Aldo, if he didn't get knocked out in that quick he would have won.
He got too emotional, I think. He
came in. But the craziest
Conor
part
McGregor's
is that
the
he
biggest
practiced. Conor practiced that punch and he landed.
Same thing with like Masvidal and Ben Askren doing that in his room for 25 minutes before he came out.
Well, dude, I thought that was that was crazy. I seen that live. was crazy, and that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
The Ben Askren one?
Yeah, the Ben Askren one, because because Ben Askren, the dude started running at him, and Ben started shooting. As soon as he did it, like, I was like, what the fuck? He was just going to tackle the guy while he was running or something?
So I never predict fights, right? Like, if you want to win money, call me up the night of the fight and say, hey, who do you want to win? I'll give you all my picks. You pick the opposite guy, and you're going to win money. That's how bad I am.
Nice.
But that night, I told my buddies, they were in the octagon. I'm like, how crazy would it be if at some point in this fight, Jorge throws a flying knee? And then no shit, as soon as it starts, he throws that 5 seconds in or 7, whatever it was. So I'm not saying I predicted it was going to happen that quick, but I'm like, how crazy would that be if he threw that knowing Ben's a wrestler?
Yeah.
And then boom, it happened. My buddies look at me. I'm like, listen, I'm not taking credit
because
for,
even
like,
a Joe
that.
Schmo from the street can think, hey, man, if he shoots, a flying knee would fuck him
a
up.
wrestler, like, and that's all Ben did was shoot. Like, that's all he shoots. Like, that was.
But if he would have shot and got that takedown, it would have been over.
Completely different conversation right now, but he didn't. And Jorge's a fucking gangster.
Yeah, that was in the BMF fight. He opened up fucking Nate pretty bad.
I love Nate though.
Yeah, I like Nate too.
I've never met him. Like, I got a buddy that's real tight with him and Nick. And he was at the fight. So I feel like there's no like losing for me as a fan because I like both of them. But I feel like I wish it would have been a finish. Like, one knocked the other one out, or just a decision, but being stopped due to a cut, like, Nate wouldn't have stopped that.
Oh, fuck no.
You know what I mean? Like,
Nate was pissed.
Like, I feel like we got robbed of that.
Yeah.
Why'd you do it again? Or
well, shit. The last fight Nate was in, he got his ass kicked in the last minute. He almost won.
Yeah. And then, like, when he rocked him, like, he pointed at him. I'm like,
he would have won if he wouldn't have just pointed and laughed at him, and he would have finished him. He would.
But does he really care about the wins anymore?
He don't give a shit.
I mean, he made his money.
He's in there for making money and being fun.
And he's still like,
he looked like a badass though. Got his ass whooped the whole time. And almost finished the guy, and then laughed at him. I mean, that's
dude,
the Diaz way.
Even after the BMF fight, right? He's at the press conference talking shit about The Rock. Like.
Yeah,
that was amazing to me. Like, talking shit in a good way. Like,
he's just
just joking. Yeah. Like, he's like, no, I like The Rock. I like ballers. But he's that guy. Like, he's gonna make money, win or lose. He could lose the next 10 if he did.
Weren't they talking about a third fight for Conor and Nate?
Conor swore that he'd do it again because he owes it to him.
Okay.
So he says that's a guarantee. And that
fight
cool
was so
like crazy.
Yeah, that would be a cool trilogy.
And I give that's where I give Conor the most credit. Is he came up from 145, then 155 to fight at 170. And he did good. He took Nate Diaz. I mean, obviously he lost the first one, but then I feel like he lost the second one too, to be honest.
I think he did too. I think he lost that one. But even in his last fight, I just didn't like how he handled himself after the fight. Yeah. Like,
who, Conor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
If he would have been fighting Nate in that fight, Nate would have ran across there and soccer kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
Because Nate's just a gangster like that. Dustin's like more respectful.
Yeah,
and
Dustin just
but he was like
Dustin would have won
shit
that
about his
anyway,
wife
though.
and stuff like that. No, I agree. But diehard Conor fans, like my best friend is diehard Conor. And he's like, no, it would have been different. I'm like, I don't think so. I really don't.
Poirier would have beat the shit out of him again.
So, I mean, it sucks because some people still won't give Dustin that credit, like that he beat him twice.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He still got the W.
Dustin also said he'll give it to him. He'll go again.
Yeah. I hope they do. I mean, that'll be a big money, like, making fight for sure. We should do like a live, like, fight companion.
Well, in the beginning, when we first started, we did an after show, and that night we realized that one, we don't know enough. Like,
two, we're tired.
We do know, but we're tired. It's 2, 3, 4 a.m. almost sometimes, and I don't feel comfortable enough talking shit about a trained professional.
But you were.
I don't think you gotta even talk shit, but just like
But what you were saying,
talk about what you just watched.
Yeah, I
You
like
know,
that's
not talking
that's
shit.
a
That's
good
just being
idea.
honest. Like that's what I
Right.
observed.
Sitting here and watching what's going on.
Yeah.
but what me
That's
and him
what
were
we do.
talking
That's
about.
what we do for the wrestling shows.
I can't
No.
wait.
Yeah, we already did
you're
one.
You're gonna be at the 26th show.
So I'm going to. So we actually have Born Detroit and 8 Mile like pop-up event that day in Eastern Market. And I was talking to my partner. I'm like, everything that's like happened these last couple months, like, is 2 things I really want to do the same day. And he's like, dude, he's like, go to that wrestling event with your family. Like, take your son,
Yeah.
enjoy. Like, don't even worry
Yeah.
about this. Like, we got it.
It's
I'm
gonna
like,
be so
that's
fun.
I'm gonna be
awesome. I
screaming.
can't wait.
I wanna-
So-
Darren's actually wrestling like D-Mac. Like,
Yeah.
You can come up. We're gonna be set up. We're gonna be live from there. So we're gonna have. You'll be able to. You can come over and commentate a match with us if you want.
oh, I would love
you
to.
could. You could.
I mean,
It's just come over.
I
and-
guess just say it like I'd hang out during a match.
Yes.
I can't
Yeah.
commentate. Like, I
Exactly.
wouldn't know what
We're
I'm
not-
talking
we're-
about, but I would just.
we're just commentating for our people. you
And
know?
then Bronco, like, so I'm like real tight with Bronco McCart too, and he's the enforcer commissioner or
Yeah.
whatever for that
yeah,
the Darren McCarty
I
match.
wouldn't be
So,
surprised if he jumped in the ring and fucked somebody up.
I hope.
I don't
he
know,
does.
man.
Dude, I told
Yeah,
Josh. Josh was like, Darren McCarty's finishing move is the D-Mac Stoner, right?
Yeah,
It's the Stoner. And I was like, is it like a Stunner? He said, yeah. I said, he's gonna hurt his back. This motherfucker told D-Mac.
I did. I messaged him. I go, dude.
What'd
I
he
told
say?
T-Rupp about you wrestling, and he said, dude, you're gonna hurt your back. I forget exactly what he said, but he basically was like, tell T-Rupp not to worry about this old man type thing. But
so now you gotta like watch
and then,
yourself.
And
like,
then when he
whenever
was
you're at
talking to the chin strap, he grabbed me up and said, I'm fucking ready. I was like, oh shit, it's because I'm talking shit about you, bro.
that'll be a good one, man.
yeah, it's gonna be
Dude,
fun.
it's a really good show.
So the
and then
first
the,
time
the final event, like the main event, is
Oh.
the ECW rules match
and Rhino,
between Rhino
and
and
Connor.
Connor. Oh yeah,
that's gonna be crazy.
Fuck out of here, bro. I can't wait. Got my wife and kids coming.
So like Bronco invited me because Bronco was doing Terry and Gary's Low Expectation podcast,
Yeah.
and he knew I was a huge. I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid.
Mhm.
So he's like, "Hey man, like this wrestler Rhino." I'm like, "Yeah, I know who he is, of course." He's like, "Do you want to come?" Like, of course I want to come. Like, I'll be there. So I pull up early. Like, I finally get to meet Rhino, and of course I just fan out like an idiot. Like, ask him
Fanboy?
what- yeah,
That's what I
like,
gotta stop doing,
bad,
'cause I'll be
man,
like-
like.
Because when
And I wanted to ask him a million questions,
Yeah.
like, but it was so short, and like I wasn't there. I wasn't a guest. Like, I was a guest of a guest.
yeah.
So like I couldn't ask too many questions. But I just told I've told D-Mac and I've told Bronco, like, I just want to take a bump in a ring. Like a legit bump. But
Dude.
not like just going backwards. Like I feel like I got a front flip first. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the land the way, you know,
Yeah. The way everybody does.
like I want to do that.
When I was sitting there commentating the first show we did, I fucking was sitting there pissed off I was crippled because I was like, dude, I would go in there and be a tag team with Josh so fucking quick. I would be
Oh,
throwing
man.
him into people. We'd be such a good fucking tag team champion.
Do you have like a tag team name or no?
Brain Jerk? We'd just be called the Brain Jerk Boys, dude.
And then you got to do the boys too.
Yeah. Brain Jerk Boys coming out there. I don't care what
And then
fucking music.
T-Rup and
I'm the high flyer, and I fucking do the flips.
would you
and
guys
stuff.
have something like the tables
Use
like
the
the
muscle.
Dudleys had? Like, would you guys have some kind of weapon that you like weapon of choice, or just
We
beating
could.
people's ass?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Josh can climb a ladder pretty fast, so we can
I'm
do
scared.
ladder
I'm
matches.
scared of ladders.
I'm the same way. And I was a cable guy for a minute.
I'm afraid of ladders.
Well, even with the UFC things,
I'll do it, but
ever since I commentated, well, we didn't commentate. We went live
During
from
the
a
fight.
wrestling event. And then we asked if we could go live from the one on the 26th, and they said yes. I fangirled for a second. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I got nervous. I was like, wait. And then Josh was like, dude, quit.
yeah.
thinking
Then
about it.
the next day, he's being all paranoid and coming up with 15 million things that could go wrong. And it's like, dude, chill the fuck out. It's just like the last one.
Yeah.
We've
So-
already done stuff like this,
So is it because of like the performers at that event,
I
or just
wanna-
because it's a wrestling event?
I really
you're
want to
like,
look professional because I don't feel like I look professional at the other one, but the guys want us back. They said,
I mean, obviously, did something right.
So we did something right, and we got their shit out to 7 different countries, and
it's 6 different continents.
6 different continents. I mean, yeah,
it's that sense of direction.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I would have been all
and
right.
then, like, I don't know, like I feel like. I don't know. It's Rhino, bro. It's Connor's going to be there. Dude, D-Mac's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. I'm like, this is big to me. Just like, and it's
real professional athletes.
And this is the This is the first wrestling event I ever been to. Was his one at the Boatyard. It was my first ever wrestling event.
Like ever
Live.
Event.
Yes.
So this is how crazy this one is for me, right? So I've known D-Mac, like I grew up watching hockey with him. And then I went to a game with my buddy's stepdad took us to a game, and we were like second row. And then like there's this little square on the glass, like for cameras and shit like that. And me and my buddy walked down there like some dumb little kids, and D-Mac hands us 2 practice pucks. I'm like, holy shit! Like Darren McCarty just gave us a practice puck.
Yeah,
still got it today.
And like, now he's your homie.
Yeah, and I told him about it. He's like, dude, you make me feel old.
I got one from Osgood.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's huge. So then years ago, I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid, like watched every pay-per-view there was, like all kinds of shit. I ran into Rhino at a Burger King on Telegraph and Van Born in Dearborn Heights. Me and my cousin there, I'm like, dude, that's Rhino. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. He had the spider web tattoo and everything. Ran into him there and then met him. And then Bronco's going to be at this one. And Bronco's been the homie since, I mean, for years now. Like I grew up watching him box, and then me and him finally met. And then he's one of those guys like I can call at 4 a.m. like, hey man, I need something, and he's there. Like I don't even got a question. Is he going to be there? Can he do this? Like he'll make it happen.
Sweet.
So like all 3 of these guys like in this event is just crazy to me.
Yeah. And
like I'm like fanning out.
Them, yeah.
So like, I mean, D-Mac and Bronco, like those are the homies. I don't really know Rhino that well, but I'm like, these are the guys, like my guys, like all in one event. Like it's huge to me.
Like
I can't wait. I'm pumped.
It's a good one. It's going to be
IWR6. Get your tickets at purplepass.com/IWR6.
Dude, it is going to be badass. And me and Josh are the biggest fans there too. I'm yelling.
We're the loudest people. We try to be the loudest people there. We try to get the chants rolling,
So I took my son to his first.
It's fun as hell.
So like our tradition is like I always watch wrestling. Like so, I'm not a fan of like the new material and the new like product from WWE and stuff.
I don't like. It's too flashy.
It is
like a more of a entertainment than a sport. But still, it's like AEW though. I heard is like the old school shit.
Yeah, I mean they're killing it. But like, still, my tradition that I've like made with my son is we watch WrestleMania every year together.
Yeah.
And he's only 3, so we've only seen 3. But I mean, until he tells me, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, we're gonna do that. So I took him to his first wrestling match ever. An event was Rhino and Billy Gunn. Like IWR, like was amazing. Like I had so much fun. Like I was standing up in the back yelling. Like. Yeah. Dude, it was awesome.
I like doing it, dude. Me and him started a chant IWR, and
I can't wait.
Rhino pointed at us, and me and Josh like he pointed at us.
See, that's how I would be like.
Yep.
And
we waited until he turned around and looked the other way until we're like, dude.
See, I couldn't even wait. Like I'd be all fanboyed out. Like even when like Bronco or like D-Mac does it, I'm like,
I've never been that guy to even go up to people for autographs. Like I don't like when we met D-Mac. He was actually wouldn't go up to him. This dude's outgoing. He'll talk to anybody, and he's like, "No, man, I ain't. No, what am I supposed to say?"
Because I finally seen.
So I was like,
who he was. There was people bringing hockey jerseys over to him. He was signing hockey jerseys.
I know he's a legend.
He was over there, and I was just like, "Holy fuck, this guy's somebody. This guy's a legend. Somebody." Yeah,
like and not then, just in Detroit.
But
then he made me research him, and
when I walked up to him, all I said was, "Hey, man, I don't want an autograph or a picture. I want you to come on my podcast and bullshit with us.
I want a video."
And he gave us the numbers we needed to contact, and that was that. That's how
he's the best, man.
For real, one of the coolest guys I've ever met.
He basically asked us a little bit about ourselves, and then he almost finished my sentence for me about who we were. He's like, oh, okay, I'm in. Boom.
So I was in a meeting one time, and it was in this all like it was just glass windows, like it wasn't like closed in, like you could see walking down the hallway. So I'm in this meeting, and I look over, and it was where D-Mac was doing his podcast at the time.
Let me get another drink.
And
Of that 8 Mile.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You tell me when to stop. I start getting silly.
We got about 15 minutes left, I'd say.
Right there. You're good.
Want some ice?
Yeah, put some ice in there. Make it a little bit more girly for me, please.
So I was walking through I was sitting in this meeting, and D-Mac was walking down the hallway, and we make eye contact and do like the head nod, and then all of a sudden D-Mac just comes busting in, and he's like, "What's up, Shu?" He's like, "How's Riot? How's April? Like, how's the family?" And just starts talking to me.
Is your son named Riot?
Riot.
That's
R-A-O-T. And it was
That's
my
sweet.
wife's idea. Like, everybody's like, "Oh, that was
You
your
got
idea?"
a sweet ass wife.
She's like, one day we were just sitting there. She's like, "What about?" And like, we were trying to come up with ideas. And she's like, "What about Riot?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome." And she's like,
Riot
"No, I'm."
Shumaker.
She's like, "I'm serious." And I'm like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Like, Riot Michael Shumaker. Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
That's a good name.
So D-Mac just busts in this meeting and like asking me about the family, and then he leaves, and like the people I was meeting was like, Darren McCarty just busting in this meeting, reeking like weed, and ask you about your family. I'm like, he sure did. Like, and I'm like, that he's just that guy. Like, he's just so genuine.
Yeah, he's a good guy. And we when we seen him at the wrestling event, the last one, he walked right up to us right when he got there and,
your best
said
friend.
what's up to us and shit. And then we went to the island to go party, and these motherfuckers were like, "Yeah, now that you're all cool with D-Mac," because we had a video of D-Mac shaking me when I was sitting in the chair. And they're like, "Yeah, now since you're buddy with D-Mac, you're too cool for us." Like, no, dude.
Hollywood over here.
Yeah, and when I tell people, like, I didn't know he was, I know him as a comedian, and they're like, "What, dude? He's a fucking legend." I'm like, "Dude, I only seen his highlights after the fact I met him."
It's crazy how like people know people on different levels, you know?
Yep.
And I think
I was a football fan my whole life.
so. Like a football guy could walk right by me, I wouldn't know who he is, and then
And
you
I'd
could
shit
be
my pants.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me.
Yep.
So I met Chuck Liddell in the airport, right in LAX. And like, I'm a huge Chuck Liddell fan,
Oh yeah,
but I'm like,
Iceman.
this is the airport. The airport is the most stressful place for anybody. I'm like, I can't stop and ask him for a picture here.
We had
So I just gave him the fist bump. I'm like, "Dude, huge fan. Thank you for what you did for the sport." And I just fucking kept walking. Walked up to my wife, hands shaky, like I just met Chuck Liddell.
yeah, dude. We had a layover at Chicago Airport because we were going to San Diego. Me and my dad and everybody. We seen Dave Bautista. Big he's big in real life too, and he seen me see him, and I knew not to go up to him, but I was young. I was like 13, 14, you know. And I was probably maybe 15, 16. And I seen him, and I fucking, and then I just put my head down, and he, like, when I looked back at him when he was going by, he nodded at me and smiled because he knew.
He recognized what you were doing. Yeah.
You know, and then I told Dad, I said, "That's Dave Bautista." And he's like, "No, he's not. Why didn't you say anything to him?" I said, "Because he had his son by the arm, and he was flowing through the airport."
Yeah, Chuck had his wife with him.
He had his hat down. He didn't want nobody. He had a big old, but you could tell it was just a motherfucker this big.
But like, I see Chuck at a fight somewhere. I'm like, "Chuck, I gotta get a picture, man." Like, I'm not gonna bug you in the airport, but if you're at a fight or something like that, like, I'm asking for sure.
Because I feel like they're ready to be noticed when they're there or something. When they're out, you're supposed
especially
to
at a fight for Chuck.
At an airport, dude. Fuck you, motherfucker. Dude. If
I
I was
like
your
that.
top fan, or if I was your,
it depends. It depends. If I'm just sitting there, you know what I mean.
I don't know, man. Even if I ran into like one of my like tight homies, I would have been like, at an airport, like, "Dude, I'm trying to get to LA.
Public,
like, I can't talk to you right now. I gotta go."
Social in public anyway, so it's still weird when the people even come up to us. It's like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's like nice to meet
like,
you."
Is it like awkward?
Yeah,
sometimes.
because some people, I'm awkward anyways a little bit, but for me, the weird part is people know you already. They know us.
I felt like that coming on today.
Them.
Yeah.
I
felt like I knew you guys before I came.
We may know their screen name, but we don't know what half of the people look like half the time, So they come up to us and they're like, "Oh, okay." They start telling us stories about our own show, and we're like, "Wait a minute, what's your screen name? Who are you?"
Yeah.
But then after that, it's all good. It's just that initial it's a little weird.
Yeah, he's terrible in public.
I'm a lone wolf usually. That's why I'm not on screen. I never wanted to be on screen. He made me in the beginning, and then we made.
I know, because I noticed some of them you were.
So what it is, he's the brain, and I'm the face. I can talk. I have a cool voice. I didn't know I had a cool voice until just recently.
Yeah, you got that. You got that voice.
Yeah, and they're like, "You can be on the radio." I'm like, "What the fuck?" But that's what it is, and I wanted to just get my story out there and just fucking have something to do because I wasn't able to work. I'm not able to work. I'm still fucking with this shit, and so we did this, and it's fucking working so good.
You guys are killing it though.
But now sometimes when we're in public and I'm fucking too nervous to talk or something, he talks. So I got him broke out of his shell a little bit.
So I gotta ask. I've been meaning to ask, like, Polo Frost right in front of my face. Like that's the homie too. Like Mikey, my partner in the entertainment business, like that's his manager. Like how did that happen? How'd you guys
hired him for a concert?
Well, our buddy Ryan, somewhere along the lines we know somebody that knew him. And Ryan, what we do usually is we'll throw a Halloween party, and Ryan this year was like, well, let's get some artists, and it just so happened he was one of them. So that was the first thing he did. Later on, when we started doing this is 6 months later probably, I reached out, didn't even mention Ryan or anything, and he hit me back all for it. Later on, after we did the podcast, like during the podcast, he found out we knew Ryan, and he's like, "Dude, I love that guy." And so it's just because I reached out. Number one,
he's just a good guy. He's just a cool guy.
Dude.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned.
It's because we just reach out.
It's because you just ask. Like, what's the worst they could say is no.
Dude, that's always been my biggest thing is you got to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to try.
Well, you ain't gonna put
always
fucking liquor in those stores if you don't go for it.
It's always a no.
You know how many times I've messaged Rhino?
Really?
I mean, he's answered me, but it's like, I need it. I want it. Come on.
But you got to you got to be persistent.
At first, when we
first come on our podcast, we'll bring our podcast to your fucking building where you're wrestling.
That's huge.
We love Rhino,
but that's that grind. Like that's
It was COVID when I was hitting him up, so I don't blame him for, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and we couldn't do online at that point in time anyways.
But I still feel like online just not the same.
It's
like
not.
I really feel it.
And
like I have to book some stuff for like Trick Online. And I'm just like, we do them, but it's not the same.
Well, even sometimes there's a lag, and you can't help the lag, and timing's off. You don't feel right.
But even still, like
he don't hear you for 5 seconds or something, and then
when you're trying to carry on a conversation online, it doesn't.
We
Yeah,
got about
lag,
5 minutes.
That one log or that one lag, you're fucked up the whole conversation.
Yeah,
because I'm asking him a question and he's not answering, so I'm thinking, oh, he don't want to answer that. So I go to another one, and I'm
like, jumps in,
and then
like trying
in
to
person. It's personal.
Yeah.
I'm a friend now.
Yeah.
I can
Like,
video chat anybody.
Right.
Yeah, and then but I don't know. I just feel like it's a better thing. And before you go, I wanted to say we were talking about commentating, like watching the live event and not having it on our screen and fucking just talking about it, like just reacting live to it.
Well, that's what he was talking about, like a fighter companion too.
Yeah, so I mean, like Joe and Brennan Schaub, like all those guys were doing like fight companions, right? So it could be up on that screen, and we could just all just be watching it, talking about it.
Holy shit,
having drinks, smoking, whatever.
Yeah. Because
what Joe does is he has the timer in the corner of how much
that'd be fun to do.
It would be cool.
Like you don't got to know too much about MMA, but you're just watching, two guys beat the shit. Because I don't know, like I know like the most popular guys, and like I don't know everybody. I don't know the guys.
I
on
would
prelims
definitely watch it and commentate on everything. I would do. And then, like, we could have an open panel where people come up on the panel and fucking, if you're watching it, come up on the panel and you talk some shit about it. Like,
that'd be
that's
awesome.
what we did with the wrestling thing that we recently did.
So what do you mean the panel, like where you have people walk up live, or
we
like
bring
on
people
Facebook
on
or Instagram or whatever?
on YouTube, we pull them in
YouTube.
through YouTube, and then they're sitting here with us watching from Texas, from Maryland.
Oh no shit,
they're on
that'd be
screen.
huge.
if there was
chanting with
Australia
us,
watching.
chanting with us, yelling at the guys, cheering. Right.
So do you
here
guys
as
ever
if they're
follow
here.
up with some of those people that you meet from Australia or
Oh, yeah.
wherever? Like
Every
just
day.
follow up and touch it. Like
some of our,
So
they come. It's 12 o'clock when we go live every morning, and he's on every morning, and then he tells us at the end of the show,
awesome,
I'm
man.
So
going
the
to
next
bed now.
morning already.
It's already
That's crazy.
It's already that night. You know what I'm saying? He's already supposed to be in bed. He stays up, watches us, and then literally says, "I'm going to bed. See you guys in the morning."
But every morning we go live at 10 a.m. and these guys come in every single morning.
Is that Monday through Friday or 7 days?
every
7
single
days.
morning
Every day.
for the
Damn.
past almost 9 months now.
Yeah.
So my goal was like a Russ thing. So he put a song out every day for a year. Well, that's how the morning show started. I wanted to get better, so I'm going to put a show out every day for a year. That's probably going to go longer, but that's where Light It Up began.
It's about the mic
love
presence too. It's about like me being off of Pillar Talk, and we took a break from this show for a couple of days, and I was on my phone in the morning podcast, and I just now started coming back here to fucking use the mic, because you gotta have that mic presence. You gotta like be able to, because now I can just anywhere I talk.
It's not weird.
You know where it's at. And
Yeah.
no,
because it is weird. It a lot of people get weird when they first come here and there's a mic in front of their face and shit, and it's a little bit weird,
It's
until
different.
you
It
start
takes
talking, then it's different.
Unfortunately, we have to get to a birthday party, so we got to cut this one short.
I
mean, we're at an hour and a half, but
that's crazy.
Plug-
Plug,
plug
like
it-
like I
plug
could have just
all your social medias, how we get a hold of you, 8 Mile Vodka, any of that stuff you want to plug in. And then we got one more question.
Yeah, so it's 8milevodka.com, official 8 Mile Vodka on Instagram, official Born Detroit on Instagram, Mikey Shu 313 on Instagram, Mikey Shumaker on Facebook. That's it.
Last thing to say to the world, what are you saying?
Honestly, just thank you. Like, and I know that sounds corny and sounds fake, but it's just the support from like our city of Monroe is insane. So like I try to, every time I post something or like it, like I try to always comment back to people. If they share it, I try to like react to it and thank them. Like, and I don't mean thank you as just, oh, it's, the polite thing to do. Like I genuinely mean thank you. Cause like you might not be able to afford a bottle. You might not be able to afford a hat or a hoodie or whatever. But if you're just liking and sharing it,
Yeah,
like
that's a lot. Yeah,
that's huge and that's free. But you're doing that, like that's little
free
things,
advertisement.
Those little things change my family's life. So
Yep.
I just genuinely mean like thank you to this whole, not just Monroe. I mean, Monroe has been behind me 100%. And it's like overwhelming, but just the way Michigan's taken to us and 8 Mile Vodka, it's crazy. So like it's just genuinely like thank you to everybody.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's it.
That's a good one. That's
And
it.
cheers.
Yeah, cheers. That's
bro.
it for episode 92 of Pillar Talk. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'm going to eat some food at a birthday party. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
I'm
you.
with my people, man. I'm with the